My name is Frank Bing. I'm firstly a musician, a sort of drummer percussionist. I also produce, and I run a small record label called Slowfoot Records. Slowfoot is independent record label. Kind of branding is kind of somewhere between experimental music and pop music, which really just means that, you know, we do stuff that's song based, but generally speaking the music is, I would say, predominantly instrumental, and falls anywhere between electronic music, jazz music. It's just that, I guess it's kind of, you know, partly my taste in terms of how that's sort of been presented to the world. We rehearse in here, you know, so various projects actually rehearse in the room. Starts with just having a love of music. For me, it was just a route. Always wanted to play drums, started playing drums, then started playing in bands, and then everything sort of expanded from there, really. You know, so I thought, God, this is quite hard work getting a record deal, so I'll put out the record myself. So then I ended up forming a record company, and the recording side again was sort of, wow, I want to be able to record stuff, so I ended up building up a studio slowly over the years and recording my own music, so it just kind of went from there, really. But I only started playing drums when I went to university, really. My own kind of projects, some of which have been going for quite a while. One's called Snorkel, which is a kind of, well, it's had a kind of quite flexible lineup over the years, but Snorkel's, you know, roughly 5 people. I'm in another band called Crackle, which is also sort of been something that's gone on for a few years. Currently in a band called Prescott which is the music of a guy called Kev Hopper, who was in an 80s band called Stump. And then aside from that, over the years I've done lots of stuff playing with people like Grace Jones. I was in a band called One Giant Leap for a few years, which was quite fun because you got to perform with lots of guest artists that came on board. And it's, you know, I think for a lot of people going into the music industry, it's I think good to be aware that you've got to sort of spread yourself quite well and really deal with a lot of aspects of the music industry. The days of just rocking out and getting a record deal and, you know, going around the world touring and having a great time, you know, I think very difficult in this particular moment. So everyone has to sort of think quite carefully about how they kind of can maintain a career in the music industry. And it does involve having different skills added to your repertoire. And I think you know, I think the other thing that goes without saying is that you need to be very passionate about what you do, because music is not, you know, it's obviously something that's very enjoyable, doing something that you love, but it's also not so easy to turn that into a career. This is where people will perform or record. So we have had kind of 5-piece bands in here, although that gets quite crazy. Obviously there's not that much space, but generally I'd say mostly what happens in here is tracking, which means recording instruments one at a time. So, you know, just stick a load of mics over the drum kit or use all the synths. And also we rehearse in here, you know, so various projects actually rehearse in